Live. All right, everybody, welcome to this TTC interview. Today, my special guest is KoolJoe35, and we're going to ask him some questions. So, first question is, what made you decide to do an interview today?
Well, I saw Bones and YG did it also, and a couple of guys in TC did it. I thought it was a good idea. Pretty good idea you had. Getting to know certain trash talkers in TTC that people might want to know things about. So decided to do it.
Yeah. So, we had a little situation with your cam going before we got into this. I don't know, maybe sometimes I think Google Plus is messed up and something, but how do you feel about Google Plus overall anyway sometimes?
I mean, I haven't had too much work with it, but first time
Yeah,
going was a pain in the ass. So
yeah, it's new because see, the thing is it's so new, everybody seems to have a problem with it. I'm just the lucky one who didn't seem to get a problem with it so far. I mean, I'll get some problems with it here and there, but the only problems I will get with it is if I have with my Wi-Fi connection or something. But
yeah.
how pumped are you feeling about this season for the Giants?
Oh, I'm really pumped. I want to get that bad taste of last season out of my mouth. And I'm excited about the changes the Giants made, and can't wait to see if it works or not.
Yeah. So a little bit different from last year. You guys didn't have much of a losing streak last year. You didn't have that much because you had a 6-game losing streak. You guys started out, I believe it was 6 games, right?
Yeah,
You
0-6.
were 0-6. You were 0-6, and then you started off with a bad season, but then you guys started to come back in the end. But you feel that that really defines what a vid maker is. You feel like losing, it's easier to come on here when you're winning, but do you feel like it will define you more if you're losing? You come on here and lose.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of trash talkers out there that that when he's winning, they're here, making 3 videos a week and everything, and as soon as their team is losing, they're out of here. You can't find them. And they show up, 3 weeks later when they win a game. I think, a lot of people, I think me and Bones both showed this year that we're true fans. Even when our team was losing, we kept on here making videos. Even though when, personally, I didn't want to win games, later in the season, because the season was over. I still came on here and made videos and gave my opinion on the games and everything. And Air Falcon did the same thing. Even though Falcons had a horrible year last year, he came in and made video after video every year.
Yeah.
All season long. So it's definitely the good fans. That even though the team is bad, show that that there's they still care and they still want to come here and talk trash and make videos. All our true fans.
Yep. So you're a Florida State fan, and my question is, what if next season, by any chance, this is possible? I mean, you wouldn't want to see it, but what if let's just say, look into the future, let's just say the Giants ended up drafting Jameis Winston. How would you feel about that?
Well, if we did that, we'll probably have another bad season. That means Eli probably had another bad year. And actually, a situation like that, we have Eli Manning that has a quarterback that's good, and Jameis Winston. I think still needs a couple more years. I don't think he's ready next year to be a bona fide starter in the NFL. I think he has to come on a team that has a quarterback there that he can learn from. Because even though we went undefeated last year, you saw in the championship game he made a lot of mistakes. He still needs a little more toolage, to go against an NFL defense. But
Yeah.
I would definitely love to have him on a team and have him in the future because even with Eli, I don't think Eli has a couple about 5 more years left, and then he's probably gonna have to find a new quarterback. So I would definitely love to have Jameis Winston on my team.
Yeah, you guys have Jameis Winston on your guys' team, and then once Eli Manning retires, you won't have to worry about a quarterback.
Yeah, like the Colts even though the Colts didn't have luck on the team, they went from Peyton Manning to Luck. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that was a big
Pretty good stuff.
change there. Yeah,
And you guys have
Aaron
had
Rodgers, Brett Favre. Yeah, then he retired. Then we got we left, and then we had Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, I mean, the thing is though, see, he could also go down in the draft too, cause Aaron Rodgers went all the way down to 24, and he was supposed to be the number 1, number 2 pick, and
yeah.
So anything's possible in the draft. I mean, like you just got these quarterbacks. Some teams don't need quarterbacks, and they just go with the other position or something like that.
Yeah. But I don't think unless Winston has a horrible year, I don't think he'll fall like within the first 5 picks. I mean, they'll probably have a you might have one team that wants quarterback in in the first pick of the draft, but he'll definitely be the first quarterback taken next year's draft if he comes out.
Yeah. So you're a Knicks fan, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about Carmelo Anthony coming back to the Knicks?
Yeah. I think it's great. I knew he wasn't going anywhere else. I mean, he knows that Phil Jackson is gonna build a championship team there. So we finally have somebody that knows about basketball running our basketball team. That's before we had Dolan running the shit. Our owner who's just a millionaire who's like the Jerry Jones of the NBA. Just giving out contracts and not really know what he's doing. He loves playing in New York. He loves he was born in New York, and I really didn't feel like that there was any guaranteed championship anywhere else. Even Chicago. It wasn't no guarantee. I think I always have faith that he was going to stay in with the Knicks.
I felt if he would have went to Chicago, he still would have been in a bad position because like Derrick Rose is always injury prone. So
Yeah.
so I feel like it was best for him to stay in New York because then at least in the next couple of years maybe they'll get some free agents to sign around him.
Yeah, and I don't
Like they
think
could build.
I don't think Derrick Rose wanted him either. I mean, you want usually when someone wants to when someone wants you to come on a team, they talk to you and they try to help you try to help talk you into it. Derrick Rose didn't even try to talk him into it, so I think that would have been a bad mix anyway.
Yeah, the Bulls kind of hit the jackpot in a way though. They signed Pau Gasol though, so.
Yeah, I think Pau Gasol is the best basketball behind him though. I mean he'll be all right, but I mean they'll be a good team. I mean it's the East. The East sucks anyway, so they probably have a chance to win the East, but I mean it's not going to be a dominant team like Miami was last couple years.
Yeah. So what face-off are you looking forward to? Like, if you would have to pick a rivalry, what face-off would you want to have a rivalry with?
Like with a certain fan base or a certain
Rival in your
rival.
division. Yeah.
Well, of course, my buddy Simus, I would love to trash talk him face to face. We actually had the balls to actually compute what I say instead of just putting this a snitch on the comment box. It's definitely somebody I want to have face off with. Let's see who else out there. Most of all the Cowboy fans out there.
Yeah.
I would like to have face off against them, talking trash against football, and HTR for life too. Like I like to trash talk him face to face.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Michael Rand, but he's Desert Coffin 04. I don't know if you subbed him or not, but he's a Cowboys fan too, and he's getting a laptop, so he said he would want to do a face-off too. So I don't know what team he would want to do a face-off with, but that's another Cowboys fan. But yeah. So
well, welcome to challenge. Anybody who wants to challenge me, I'm welcome to challenge.
Yeah. So when you retire in the TTC, when you look back, what's going to be your most memorable rivals in the TTC?
Well, of course, it's the division rivals. Like I said, the Cowboys. Because in the East, there's a lot of hatred. I think in this division more than other divisions. Definitely, having fun with the Eagle fans that I had last year, and the trash talking that I did with the Cowboy fans. And even outside the division, like me and you had a pretty good rivalry going on every time the Giants Packers play. It's pretty much all division teams and some teams some talk out there like you and the Panther fans I had fun with last year. It's pretty much it.
Yeah. So is there any like favorite all-time Giant like on your guys' team? Is there anybody you like favorited, like any favorite player, any person you would like the most or something?
Yeah, definitely Lawrence Taylor. When I was young, I kind of grew up, watching Giants in that era. And yeah, I know he made a lot of mistakes off the field, but a lot of players done that. But watching him play, I think he played with passion and you know, played with with force that's not around anymore in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, and also he also injured Joe Theismann and ended his career too with that
Yeah, Joe
rib.
Montana. He knocked Joe Montana in the hospital in the I think it was 86 season, something like that.
I think it was 86, 87.
Yeah, we played him the first
Yeah.
time.
I think that was around, and then like what was it, like 4 years later, then they won the Super Bowl against the Bills.
Yeah, and we
That
knocked him
that
out of that
that
game.
right there has to be one of the most exciting Super Bowls ever, because
Oh,
like that was real close to Super Bowl.
uh, one thing people gotta say about the Giants, they make exciting Super Bowls. Hardly Giants and Giant Super Bowls are born.
Yeah, there's only like been one Super Bowl like they've been in, they lost it, but that's the only time they had like a
Yeah,
bad Super Bowl. But
3 out of 5 last Super Bowls, 3 to 5 Super Bowl Giants were in, were nail biters.
so do you feel that eventually you think the Giants are going to tie the Cowboys in Super Bowls?
Eventually, I think it's hard to guarantee when you're going to do it because the NFC is so fucking tough this year right now. But we have an organization that you know when we have a problem, we try to fix it. And we try to put the people in place to fix it. And I think eventually we'll get a ring. It might be one year that we don't expect to do it, like our last 2 rings we got. But I think eventually we'll definitely tie them before they win one because Dallas until Jerry Jones dies is not winning that Super Bowl.
Yeah. So do you feel like there should be more vid makers in the TTC, like because there's no Colts fans, there's no Titans fans really, and then
Yeah,
like you feel like there should be more vid makers in the TTC?
yeah, definitely. I was going through the schedule this year and others and other teams that are not playing in division or some other divisions that have a lot of mid makers. There aren't that many fans in there. I think if this got out somehow and everything that people would know about the TTC more. I think we would have a lot of more bid makers on here and people that out there that are trolling. 'Cause I see a lot of fans trolling teams that don't have bid makers on there.
Yeah.
So I think if they I think like the Lions there's a lot of Lions trolls. I think there's only like one bid maker for the Lions.
Yeah,
So
there's that
definitely
Motown and Caleb 44. That's it.
yeah. But I see a lot of troll counts on Lions in a lot of people's
The thing I
videos.
don't get is that the Colts are a good team. I don't get why there isn't any Colts fans in the
Yeah,
TT because like they're a pretty good team. So
yeah. But they're probably not like a trash talk fan base. Like certain fan bases trash talk. Like even like you can see in their games when the Colts are on TV, their fans are just like they're cheering for the team and not cheering against the other team. You know.
yeah, I think eventually though there'll be Colts fans probably, maybe
Yeah.
one or two. But I just feel like there's like all the NFC South like they're starting to get a lot of vid makers because like the Panthers, the Falcons, the Saints, and then also now the Buccaneers are starting to get new Buccaneers vid makers too.
Yes. Yeah. South definitely is making their presence known in the TDC.
So do you feel that the NFC side of the TTC is stronger than the AFC side in trash talkers?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you got and I think also it helps because there's more rivalries in the NFC than there are in the AFC. There's not like everybody in the East hates each other. I mean, your division. I know you probably hate the Viking fans and hate Bear. He's what hatred there for it. And also now in the with the 49ers and the Seahawks. There's a big rivalry going up there, and of course the South also has a lot of big rivalries. I think there's more rivalries in the NFC than on the AFC, and it's probably why there's more trash talking, more hate weeks.
So what do you feel about the Knicks? Do you feel they could eventually win a title?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to take some time. I think once we get all these bad contracts off our books, like Stoudemire and Gallinari, we had a big free agent class coming next year, and I think Phil's gonna put good role players and have the triangle offense in there, and I think Knicks are gonna have a chance to win a championship in the next couple years.
Yeah. So did it come to you as a surprise that the LeBron went back to Cleveland then?
Nah, I mean, once you saw Dwayne Wade not be able to help him win a championship anymore, you knew that he was gonna bail out of there. And one thing I love is that everybody act like that he's going to a worse team. Miami's getting older, and they're not able to put the players around him. And first of all, he took Miller and I think Ray Allen signed with him too now. So it's not like he's going. And also, he has I forget the point guard's name there that's there, but and he's also trying to get love. He's trying to build like his own super team in Cleveland now, and that's the way he has to win championships.
Yeah, so I feel like eventually, I think the Cavs, like they're in the running to get Kevin Love, but there's also other teams around, like they're like the Bulls and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like Kevin Love may go to the Cavs, but I think the Cavs will have to give up Andrew Wiggins too. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he's gonna find out that Love and Irving, I forget the point guard's name, that they're not the caliber of players that he had in Miami. You're putting new guys that haven't been in playoff situations in the playoffs. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I just feel like if he does, I mean, if Kevin Love does go to the Cavs, I still feel they ain't gonna be as dominant as the Heat were. So
no.
I still think they may make the finals because the East is a weak team, but I still think they would lose to the Spurs because I think the Spurs are gonna win their 6. Tim Duncan's gonna retire as champ.
Well, I don't know about that. Spurs had a lot of animosity coming from 2 years ago when they should have won the championship first. First against Miami, and they kind of had something. Okay, let's get back here. Let's focus and get back here. And they had like a, a want to do it. I think the West is hard, and repeat in the West is going to be very hard for them. There's a lot of good teams in the West.
Yeah. I feel like a team that's uprising, though, is going to be the Portland Trailblazers.
Oh, yes, definitely.
They're going to be a team uprising because, like, beating the Rockets with that buzzer beater, I mean, it's got to be one of the greatest, it was the first time ever for them to advance to the next round, and I feel they got a good chance to make a strong push next season.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. They probably need a couple more role players and more experience, but they're definitely going to be a team in the future.
Yeah, and you're also a Yankees fan. How do you feel about this being Derek Jeter's final season?
I mean, it's sad. I mean, even though Yankee haters out there can appreciate how much class and respect Derek Jeter has played his career with. I mean, he's confident confident professional. Football played like 17 years. Always gave his heart out in his games, and it's gonna be it's the end of an era. I think you look around, all the Yankees greats from the back in the day are leaving now, so it's gonna be kind of a new version of the Yankees coming up in the future.
I think eventually with him retiring, though, I think eventually the Yankees are a good team. They usually get good players around them, so I feel eventually they'll start building back to get to the World Series again.
Yeah, and maybe now they'll stop trying to have to sign a bunch of names to get there. Because everybody says, "Oh, Yankees buy players." Really, when they won their championships, they won championships with players that were homegrown, like Jeter and Mario Rivera and Bernie Williams. They weren't free agents that they signed. They started doing that now, and they won one time with it, but most of the time they're losing with it.
Yeah. So is there any, other than on your guys' team, is there any rookie in the NFL other than on your team you're looking forward to see?
Well, yeah, definitely Johnny Football. I'm a big I like Johnny Football a lot. I like his, I like the way he plays and his attitude too. I think it's kind of cool. So I'm definitely excited to see how he works in the NFL and if he can play with the same style.
Yeah, so a lot of people, and including myself, because a lot of people seem to believe that Johnny Football is going to be a bust. Do you feel he's going to be a bust, or do you think he's going to have a decent career?
Well, he's going to have to change his style a little bit because you're not going to be able to run and get hit like that. Way he got in the NFL. But I mean, if you watch some of the games in college, he has that kind of like Brett Favre had, that kind of attitude, I'm going to win the game, I'm going to pull through. And he's gonna have to mature and change, but I think it's possible for him to do it. But he's gonna have to change a part of his game in order to have success in the NFL.
Yeah, I think like right now it looks like the Browns are going to start Hoyer over Manziel, but I think eventually when he learns on the bench, I think he will get in there and he'll probably try to make some plays to help them win the game. And I feel like if you're like Colin Kaepernick and Russell Wilson, those are those type of quarterbacks. If they're like nobody open, they'll just run. I feel that's the way he's gonna have his style too.
Yeah,
He's gonna be a
yeah,
type of running quarterback, but he's gonna throw the ball also. So
yeah. And he's gonna start. He's gonna start no matter what, no matter if he's ready or not. I mean, he has the top selling jersey in the NFL right now. Unless the fucking Browns start off and where it goes like 9-2, okay, you're gonna have people demanding Johnny Football playing. So he's definitely gonna. I think by week 5 he'll definitely play whether he's ready or not.
yeah, it was pretty surprising for me that he's the top selling jersey in the NFL.
Well, yeah, well, it's he has the party attitude, and people are drawn to that.
Yeah,
People
it's
like,
it's kind of like when LeBron went to Cleveland. It felt like everybody started to buy Cavs jersey. Now it feels like everybody's starting to buy Browns jersey. I mean, it just it's crazy like because like so much hype on the guy. I mean, like that's gonna give him so much hype so that maybe he's gonna have to focus more. But
yeah,
I feel like if he learns from Hoyer and like if the Browns do have a bad like if they have bad weeks with the Hoyer, I think eventually they'll probably try to put a Manziel in. But if they have a good season with Hoyer, I feel like they may wait a year for him to start unless Hoyer gets injured.
it's going to have to be a really good season, which I don't think they're going to have because you know the division's pretty tough. I think Cincinnati's going to be good this year. Pittsburgh's always tough. Baltimore's always tough. So I don't think they're gonna really gonna have a great season this year. So once they start struggling, and the fans say, "Hey, I want the guy that I paid that I paid to come see in the jersey that I bought," the Cleveland Browns are going to demand that they start Johnny Football, which might not be a good thing for him. He might it'd be better for him. If he was on a team that didn't have the stress of having to start him right away. But that's where he got drafted.
Yeah. All right, a couple more questions before we get this interview closed. Um, so how do you feel? How do you feel about your season, your guys' season this year? Do you feel like you guys could go? Is there any specific record you guys are gonna have? You think?
Well, of course, the goal is always win 10 games. I think you win 10 games, you'll probably make the playoffs. I think we have a real good shot at winning the division. I think like I said before, we're a team, we're a franchise that's in the NFC East that if we see problems, we do our best to fix it. A lot of other teams don't know how to fix problems in the NFC East, and I think I like we had a bad offensive line last year. We had Hakeem Nicks that was hurt last year. We got a whole new receiving core, and also we got rid of Kevin Gilbride. Which I think Eli should get a credit for winning Super Bowl with him as coordinator. I mean, he was a horrible fucking coordinator. We actually got Ben Aldado, who's actually was your quarterback coach. And we're gonna have your kind of style of offense. So so I'm excited about that, and I think like I said, win division's probably gonna be the main goal, and of course win the Super Bowls. But the NFC is really stacked, so it's gonna be hard to win the Super Bowl and make it through the NFC.
All right. So one more question before we get this interview closed, and this question is: so Giants and Packers in the playoffs. You feel this hate week will top the last two hate weeks we had, or you feel it's going to be way better than the last two if it's a playoff atmosphere type of game?
Oh yeah, oh definitely. Definitely in the playoffs. I actually haven't had a chance to trash talk yet in the playoffs because I joined the last 2 years we didn't make it. So I'll be real excited. If we do play the Packers and we have a good trash talk like we had the last 2 times.
Yeah.
With each other. Even last year when you didn't have Aaron Rodgers in the game, it was still an interesting week.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is like. Because I felt, though, the way our season was going at the end when Aaron Rodgers was injured, I felt like we weren't going to make the playoffs. So I was kind of like you in a way. I felt like we weren't going to make the playoffs, but I'm pretty lucky to at least trash talk in playoff games. But like I think eventually, like you'll start to get that too, because you'll start to trash talk in playoff games, and then because the way the Giants are, I think eventually they'll get back to the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much about it, though. Like, this is Matt Ogden. this TTC interview was good interviewing you. Love to have you back on if you want.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much about it. So this is Matt Ogden, KoolJoe35, and we're signing out. Peace.